Alright, I wanted to make another video segment of this amp I'm working on. The way I got it sitting in my amp cradle here is upside down. The control pots are sitting like that. It just was easy access, basically. I've got pretty much everything wired up now, and just kind of wanted to show how I did that. And kind of give you a view. I got a couple of bolts holding it, or just screws, and jammed in a pencil and back behind here to kind of keep it from jiggling around or anything. So it's held in there nice and tight. But now I gotta flip it back over and do a couple more wires, hook up the power, hook up the speakers, and she's definitely getting closer to being done now. I got all the preamp connections made, so it's definitely getting closer now. But I thought I'd show how it's sitting in that cradle. You can always figure something out, make it more convenient. Alrighty, well, thanks for watching if you watched. Bye. Alright, I wanted to make another little video on hooking up this mains power. I got this dang camera right in my... I got this roach clip here holding the transformer wires kind of out of the way, because I got to use a big heating soldering iron type thing. So I'm gonna clip a little bit of excess off on this. Let me get my pointer. Pencil will work. So I got the mains coming in, and the black is the hot, and it goes to the fuse, out of the fuse to the switch, and then back to the, out of the switch back to the transformer, and the neutral's the white, hooked up together. Now I'm just attaching the ground. Should be enough, I think. Twist that up a little bit. Sorry if I keep bumping the camera. I'm got the camera right in the way, of course. Anyway, I thought I'd make a little video so folks could tell me how I'm doing it wrong, which is okay. I've lost my piece. Oh, here it is. There goes my pointer. Hopefully this is in the camera. I think I broke my tripod trying to set up the camera. Get rid of the little guy here. I like to take a little sandpaper and sand me a little spot here. Yeah, that looks pretty good. And take a little isopropyl tissue. Some of this I know you can't see on the camera, but clean that up a little bit. Make a nice clean spot. There we go. That looks pretty good. Don't know if you can see that in the camera, but put the isopropyl away, out of the way. And let's see, what did I do with my flux? Give me a little bit of flux on there. Not too much. There's my little screwdriver. Hopefully that'll stay out of the way a little bit. Might have too much flux on there. Okay. I'm going to get the big guy. Let's see, how am I going to position the big guy here? Solder started on there. Don't breathe that shit. Kind of twisted my solder up a little bit so it kind of doubles up. And just want to get you a pile started there and kind of stir it around. I think that's probably big enough. And I got to get my wire situated since it's not situated without burning myself. Hopefully I can do this without making too much of a mess. And voila. Kind of like that. Make the green wire a bit longer than your main and your neutral. Unplug the big guy here and put him back to cool down. Get me a little more tissue. Yeah, I think I used a little bit too much flux, but that's okay. We'll get that cleaned up. Hopefully you can see that in the camera. Kind of like to let that dry and then kind of chip it off. Makes for a cleaner situation. On this fuse holder, I I know you can't see it in the camera, but I'm looking at it and how it was so close to the V7 socket. I double insulated that, the end of the fuse holder, the tip of the fuse, I guess you'd say, with some shrink tubes and some really good heavy duty stuff. And I tried to get it out of the way of the heater wires best I could. I'm hoping that'll work. Otherwise I might have to come up with something else. Looks like this ground wire is doing okay. Chip that away a little bit. That's going to clean up nice, I think. Yeah. Okay. Get a little isopropyl again. I know you can't see what I'm doing, but you don't need to see everything. As long as you can see this, just get in here and clean that weld up. Call it a weld. There you go. Nice and shiny, looking nice, not a bunch of crud all over the place. Directly soldered right to the chassis. There it is. Hopefully you can see that. Let's see if I can tip this and get it in the camera view a little better. Yeah, it turned out pretty good. So there's that. I believe I'm done. Got to do a bunch of testing. And all that kind of stuff before I put any tubes in it. This is my bias wire right here. I left it kind of long. And then this is right out of the transformer, the primary. Just let it float for now, I guess. Oh yeah, my heaters. Try to keep stuff nice and neat looking if I can. Still kind of a jungly mess no matter what you do. Hopefully that'll be okay. But anyway, yeah, let's see if I can reposition this tripod to show you how I did the end of the fuse holder, which is not the greatest. That's how it is for now. It may change. I doubled up on this shrink tube and I'm still not very happy with it actually, but it'll probably work. I actually used a couple of pieces of the red transformer wire to hook up the standby switch instead of using the cloth wire. Ran that over, twisted them together and ran them over to here and here. Came in handy. Alrighty, well I think that'll do it for now. It's a pretty good chassis ground there, I think. Hopefully that'll hold up for a couple days. Didn't do it on this one. I ran a bolt through there with a couple of whatchamathingers and soldered that. The ground coming from the filter cap set goes there, and then the preamp filter caps ground to this bus bar right here, so they're separate. Got all my tubes wired up, got all my controls wired up except for the negative feedback. Still got to do that apparently. I'm spacing it off, ain't I? Gotta solder it to that lug right there. Put that in the camera right there. That'll finish my negative feedback control. Since I don't have tremolo, I put in a middle here and put in a negative feedback control there. That ought to be fun, I guess. And then I have a label maker, you know, one of them plastic label makers that you squeeze and kind of perforate. And it says middle and NFB on the front here instead of speed and intensity. It ain't the best looking, I guess, but it ain't that bad either. So I sure don't like where Mojo Tone put that. I probably should move it, actually. I didn't put in a ground switch. It's not necessary. I could drill out the ground switch hole and put it there, but then it's barely right above that one, so I'd have to drill a whole new hole to get it in between, or over here. I'm complaining. Alright, well, if you watched the video, thanks for watching, and till next time, bye. Alright, I was gonna make another little segment on this amplifier video. I was gonna test out some voltages. I haven't even turned the amp on yet, so you're getting it as I'm getting it. See, I gotta turn the variac on. Should mention that I'm plugged into my isolation transformer, my variac, and my current limiter. All that stuff. Let's see, amp's plugged in. Let's turn the amp on. I'm on limit with my current limiter. Let's turn the variac up just a little bit. Okay, it's probably on about 60. Well, I can see the little bit of glow in the pilot light there. Let's check some AC voltages. Let's see if we're getting anything. Unwind my tangled little these doohickeys. Alright, let's see. We're on voltage, AC. Sorry you can't see the meter. Wonder if I can get the meter in the shot somehow. Hold on a sec. Let me do some more untangling. Meter. All right. 1.9 volts. 1.9 volts AC. Let's look over here at the heater line. 1.9. Other side. Uh-oh. Oh, there we go. 1.9. Okay, well, that looks good. Let's check this. V7. 1.9. That's good enough to tell there's something there. 1.9. Alright, first little tube here. Looking good so far. Nothing on the chassis. That's probably a good thing. 1.9. Yep. Yep. Ugh. Yep. Trying to get stuff in the camera view here. Yep. Uh-oh. Let's look at that one again. Oh, there we go. Yep. Last V1 here. Well, looks like we're getting good there. Let's turn the Variac up just a little bit. I don't know what all I'm doing is guessing about where I'm at. Looks like I'm on about 70 volts. Don't seem to be getting the magic smoke here anywhere. AC line looks okay. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if you can see that or not. Just testing on the rectifier tube here. Yeah, okay. I know. Yeah. Okay. Let's switch modes here. DC. Negative 41 on the DC. Let's see if I can adjust the pot. Let's see what we get here. Oh, yeah, there it goes. Can you see that? Probably can't see that. Hold it like this. Back to 41. There we go. Just running that up or down. Yeah, that seems to be working. Okay, what else? Let's put my screwdriver away. What do we got here? Let's change modes again. Yeah. Okay. Well, that all looks all right. Let's turn the amp off. Let me get over here out of the camera. Grab a rectifier tube. Let's grab a rectifier tube. Brand spanking new. Tungsel. 5AR4. Amps off. Let's turn the Variac off for a sec. Yeah, I got a hell of a mess going. Don't have to tell me. Let's see. Oh, hard to get in there with those brand new grippers. Tube clamps. Alright. Should we flip the Variac on? While we turn it down a little bit. Flip the amp on. We're still on limit. Meter's still going. Alright. Turn the Variac up. Got to do the reach through. Variac on, yeah. Amps on, yeah. Alright, I wanted to make another little video segment. I was just setting the bias up on this amplifier, and I wanted to kind of show what I got going. So the amp's kind of just warming up right now, and I've already pretty much biased it. This is showing my plate current, and this is showing my bias in milliamps. And I'm using a couple of old Sylvania C6V6 GTs. I did have my new tungstels in there, but when I was first firing up the amp, I had a grid resistor that wasn't or a screen resistor that wasn't soldered very well, which happens, I'll admit it. So my tube wasn't getting biased and it ran away, and I didn't notice, and so I destroyed a tungsten tube. You can see it's all black in the glass here, and it shorted, and my son was down here, and I had turned the amp off and didn't realize that it had red plated, and then turned it back on. My son was down here and watching me, and he's like, "You're smoking." What? And I was. So it had made connection, but by that time the tube was already toast, and so it toasted the resistor. Let's see if I can find the resistor. And it rolled under my doohickey there. I can't see it, but it's all black in the middle, but I replaced the resistor, and we're okay now. Let's see if I can. So this is the tube, and so I got one good tungsten and one that went to shit. And I got an expensive pair of Sylvanias in there now, because they're the good ones, long black plates, and they sound real good and stuff. let's go through and test some voltages, see if you can see them. So this is the plate load resistors. We're sitting at about 270. And I am plugged into the Variac, but I set it exactly at 120 volts exactly. So the amp's receiving exactly 120 volts. And let's see, let's do the phase inverter. Hopefully you can see that. And that's sitting pretty good. The negative bias here, negative 38, 19 milliamps. B plus 1 or A, $416 volts. Let's see what the output's getting. Yep, real good there. So way over here on the plate load resistors again. You probably can't see that because of my arm. 270. Alright, let's hook it back up to the plate. And I got the guitar plugged into it. Just through my little Jensen test speaker under the bench. I guess I shouldn't call it little. It is a 15-inch 8-ohm. I don't know what the volume's at. Probably just 1 or 2, maybe 3. I'm not going to do too much of that. But so the amp's working. Still got all the tungsol preamp tubes. I haven't tested out the reverb yet. Still got to work on that. But at least my Sylvania power tubes aren't red plating. Got to make sure of your connections. It's good to have a set of test tubes, I guess. More than I guess. Sacrificial lambs. But I like where my voltages are sitting. I like where my milliamps are sitting. Slightly under 70%. And I think it'll be fine there. I like to be on the safe side, especially with old power tubes. They're not heavily used or anything. The chrome in them is nice and bright. It's not brown. And I think they'll be good tubes. Should be good sounding tubes. And I think that'll do it for now. You might think that little symbol here is saying negative voltage, but it's not. It's the DC symbol. For anybody that's not sure about DC, negative, and AC, what the symbol looks like. So anyway, I'm fairly pleased now. I did destroy a tube. I got to remember to keep it separate because it's going to have to go right in the garbage can. This is the good one. Kind of a bummer. What did I do with the old yucky one? I don't know. It's around. Oh, I put it on my tray. My old soldering tray that I welded up and bent up when I was in high school. in metal shop class. In metal shop class in high school, I used to run the lathes, and I really enjoyed that class. It was one of the classes that I did like. And I took auto shop too, all 3 years, and I would climb in an old yucky car in the back of the bay and have somebody raise me up on the lift, and I'd go to sleep in the back seat or something. The shit we do in high school and beyond. Alrighty, well, that'll do it for this little segment. And she's getting closer. Got to work on the reverb. I haven't even plugged in the tank or anything to see if it works. I need to do that. And thing is, I forgot to order any cables, so I gotta go around the house and see if I can dig up some cables. If I can't, I'll have to order some and go from there. I always forget to order stuff. But anyway, if you watched, thanks for watching. Bye.